Hi, welcome to this video and welcome to this agentic series. If you have not been building AI agent, you've not been building automation for your business or as an engineer, this is a very good time for you. So we're going to be moving into agentic series. It's going to be agent plus automation, and the narration is actually going to be human plus AI. We are not pushing for just AI alone because AI exists for human. So it's going to be that collaboration, not human versus AI. It's going to be human plus AI. So for this project and for this tutorial, we're going to be moving into the HR department. And HR department is actually a whole lot of activities anyway. But what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be just isolating the talent acquisition pipeline. So everything from generating the job description to even hiring the the talent. So everything in between. That's what this AI agent is going to be building. So it's going to be just one human plus 6 agents. So we actually build 6 agents for this isolated part of the HR. So before we go into the walk through and walk over, so let me just show you how it works. So what's going to happen is the HR is just going to fill this form, and the form is just to give the agent the idea of the job is actually hiring for. So it's going to give us the job title, the nice to have, the details of the what's it called, the job actually itself, so the responsibilities and all of that. So this is the form. So it's just going to fill the form. So after it's filled, the agent one is going to pick it up, and then it's going to send the HR the details of the job description and all of that. So which is the new job description generated. Imagine just the thing that was filled. So I was able to give us the details of the role, the key responsibilities, what you need, and all of that. So nice to have, the experience required. So this is the job ID, and then the only thing you're going to do is to fill that form, and then it's going to check this after being sent. It's going to check if there's a need for it to edit, or if everything is perfect, just going to click on approve. So if everything is perfect, just click on approved, and after clicking approve, so after publishing the job to the Superbase, the database, so it's going to give us the link that the candidates are going to use to apply for the job. So this is it. So let's just assume that we are also the candidate. Then we're going to click the link. So the candidate is going to see the first name, last name, email. So we're going to fill that, the phone number, location, city, years of experience, and then it's going to put in the CV. It's going to upload the CV. And the thing is that the system, the agent actually accepts both PDF and document as well. So whatever format, it's fine. So it's just going to put in there, and then it's going to submit. So after submitting, what's going to happen is that the agent is actually going to pick it up, and what agent 2 actually does is just going to screen the CV. So it's going to screen the CV and then check if that person actually qualifies, if it's a good match. It's even going to rate the CV, the person, between, it's going to be from 1 to 100. So it's going to rate it. This person is actually a good fit. And then so the agent is going to send the review to the HR manager. In our case, this is ensure this is a good rate here. So, and then what's going to happen is that the HR is actually going to approve the shortlist and then schedule for interview. After approving, the third agent is going to pick it up, and then it's going to just quickly prepare for the interview slot. The third agent is going to send the details of the interview invite to the HR, and is also going to send the invite to the candidate as well. They're going to get it equally at the same time. So the agent 4 is actually the one that worked on the candidate communication. So it's the one that sends anything email about the candidate. So it's the one that works on that communication aspect the of the project. And then so after the agent 4 is done scheduling the interview, the HR and the candidate are going to meet for the interview. Now, the thing is that you can even integrate the AI note taker into this pipeline as well. That is going to be taking the note, and then at the end of the meeting, is just going to give the review to the HR. So once the HR reviews it, the HR is going to manually fill another form, and that form is actually going to just is going to give the agent 5 the review of the interview. So it's just the interview feedback. So it's going to put in the candidate email, the overall rating is going to be from 1 to 10. Then the recommendation, is it to hire, or do you want us to be on hold, or you want us to reject the candidate? So the HR is going to put in the strength of the candidate, the if there's any concern and if there's any additional notes, and then it's going to submit. So immediately after submitting it, so what HR did is just give the recommendation of the review of the HR's interview with the candidate. So after doing that, the agent 5 is going to pick it up. So the agent 5 is going to send the summary of the review that the HR actually gave it, and then it's going to also update the database as well. And then it's going to immediately call the agent 6. That is if the person is on hold. If the person is on hold, it's not going to do that. So if the person is meant to be hired, so it's going to immediately actually call the agent 6, because the agent 6 function is just for the offer letter generator. So it's going to call the agent 6, and then after calling the agent 6, so the agent 6 is going to generate the offer letter for the candidate, and then it's going to send just a snippet of that offer letter to the HR, and then the HR is going to just go to the database, and then it's going to fetch the complete offer letter, and then it's going to send it. So the only thing that the HR is going to do is just going to first of all give the agent the details of the job, and then it's going to approve the job description, and then it's going to see the details, and then when it's time for the interview, the HR, when it's done with the interview, is just going to give the agent 5 and 6 the his own review if they are to hire the candidate, or to put the candidate on hold, or to just reject the candidate. So that's just the only thing. The other aspect of it, which actually takes like between 2, 5, 10 hours of the HR, the agent is just going to do that. And that's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. So now let's go into the entire workflow itself, the agent itself, so that I will just walk you through step by step. But the thing is that, see, this project itself, it actually took me 2 weeks of strong building. I mean, strong one. So you wouldn't expect him to actually walk you through everything step by step, and it's actually going to take a whole lot of time. It take a lot of time. So, but I will ensure that I break it down and then give you the explanation that you need to actually also replicate this. And if you actually need this for your business, or if you want us to build agentic AI for your business, you can just reach out, go to the description. You're going to see the details, our contact details there. You can just reach out, and then we're going to build something good for your business. Now, let's go into the walkthrough. All right, so let's go into the agentic workflows that we have. And yes, we are making use of n8n. So we are making use of. Now, let's deal with the first agent. And the first agent, the work is actually to write the job description and also to publish the job itself. So it's going to give us the link where people are going to apply. So now the first thing actually is for this agent to work on the job description. there's a big need for the human, the HR, to feed in the details of the job. So that's what it's going to use to actually write the job description. For the HR to feed in the details of the job, we have a tally form, and you don't necessarily need to use form. You can even use you can use Slack, you can use WhatsApp, you can use Telegram, whatever pleases you. But I actually use tally form. So let me just show you the form, how the form looks like. This is it, the job description HR. So it's going to feed in the job title, department, location, the employment type, the responsibilities, the must have and nice to have skills as well, the minimum, and all of this. So these are the things that the agent is going to request from the HR. So for the tally to be able to communicate with the n8n, so we need to put in the webbook URL. So you can just come to the integrations here, and then you can see webbook here. So this is a webbook. You just come to edit, and then you go to n8n. This is the webbook form. This is the webbook node, and then you can see this is the test URL, and this is the production URL. So we actually need the production URL. Just click on the production URL and then click on this. Now to fill this webhook node, you just need to fill this path, this, and majorly this is just anything you need. We don't need authentication, we don't need that. So just come here to this part. So I named it HRJD writer. So if you have been following me anyway, you would have known how to actually do all of these things. So just come here, then click on it. It's going to copy and then go back to your tally webhook endpoint. So this is the endpoint URL. So endpoint means whenever the fill the form, where will it go? So this is the destination. So you just paste the webhook here, the webhook URL, and then you save the changes. So whenever the form comes in, automatically it's just going to pick it up. So, and you remember the demo that I showed. So this is actually the form itself. This is the output. So this is the execution. This is the body. You can see we have the question. This is it. This is the department. This is the location. This is the job title. So it's just going to pick all of that. So that's the first node. And then the second node is actually to extract and then normalize the field. So which means the field that is coming from the tally form, after tally has already gotten it, the webbook has already gotten that field. So there's a need for us to actually extract and then normalize the field. So if we don't do that, we won't be able to make use of those data coming in. So just come here. This is the schema. You will see now we already have it very clear and clean. This is title, this is the department, location, and everything that came from the tally itself. And then to the next node. So this is actually to check the database. Now like I said earlier, I really cannot go through everything. Now the database we are using is the Superbase. We're making use of Superbase, and I have all the SQL query to create your table or the entire table, and you're going to get all of these agents for free as well. And you're going to see the link in the description below. So this is the HTTP request node, and we actually connected our Superbase to this node, and this is it. You have it. I already have it connected to. Okay, so let me just show you how to connect it actually. So you can just go to your workflow. You can just, instead of create workflow, just come here, create credentials, create the credentials, and then you search for Superbase. This is Superbase API. Then you're going to, and then you can see this is what you're going to fill. This is your account, the superbase.com. So for you to connect Superbase into your n8n, so what you just need to do is you create a Superbase account, and then you go to the project settings. So now this is the project settings, and now this is the project ID. So this is the ID. You just copy the ID, and then you come here. This, you can see HTTPS and then your account. This your account. This is what you're going to replace with your project ID. So it's just going to be HTTPS/ then your this, and then dot superbase.co, and then this your secret role or service secret role. So you're going to see that here as well. This is your setting. Then you go to your API keys. This is your API keys, and then you come here, this legacy unknown and service role. You just click on this, and then you can see the unknown public, and then this is your service role. So this service role, this is, you're going to click on review, and then you're going to copy it. So when you click on review, you're going to be able to see it and then copy. So after copying it, that's what you're going to put here, and you're going to name it any whatever name you want to give it. Just click on save, and then it's going to connect. You will see green. After it has connected, what you now do is you go back to your HTTP request node. You come here, the authentication, instead of none, you change it to predefined credential type, and then you search for Superbase here, and then after Superbase, you'll be able to select your keys, and then that's just that. After that, then you are connected, and then this is the URL anyway. So definitely what's just going to do is this URL is just connecting to the Superbase table, and then searching for the tally submission ID actually from the table. So if the table exists, then it's going to throw it's going to give us this empty response. So which means, sorry, I mean, if this ID is not in the table, is going to definitely is not going to show us anything. Then it's just going to give us this empty. But the thing is, you must come to your settings and then change it to always output data. So that's the only way it's going to be able to flow. So now this is it. Now we have this, and it's going to check, do we have this table, or do we have this ID in the table? Now this is false anyway. Then it's going to also check if we have that ID in the Superbase. Now because we don't have it, definitely is going to be false. So that's why you see now false. Because it's false, then we need to create new job record. So this is the Superbase node itself. Instead of using the HTTP node, we're actually making use of the pre-built node on n8n. So you're just going to create the job record. So this is it. It's going to create the job record inside the table. And what's the table? Table job. This is the table name, which is jobs. Now this is the list of our tables. Now you can see we have jobs table here. So this is the job. It's going to give us the ID, the title, which is a senior backend engineer, the department, this, and then it's going to create all of that. So, and that's why we have all of this. It's going to put in all of this inside. You can see tally submission ID, and that's actually the ID that the previous HTTP node actually checked for. So this is the tally submission ID. The reason for this ID is so that we don't have duplicate record of jobs in the database. It's because it's a need for us to really undo the idempotency very well. So after creating the job, now what's going to do is it's going to actually normalize the job ID and all of that. So this is the job ID. This is the job ID. It's going to fetch that from, after creating the job. After creating the job inside the job table. So it actually gave us the ID as well. So now you can see this is the ID. So then it's also going to change it to job ID and then get all the submission again. And then after that, so what we just need to do is then it's also going to check, it has already created the job record itself, but there's also need to check if the job description also exists. The role is actually to majorly create the job description and also put in the job record in the table as well. So it's going to check for the existing job ID if we have that job ID. Now you can see after checking, there's nothing, so which means we don't have that job ID. So which means there's no job description attached to the job ID that we just created. So because that's the fact, so now it's also going to check, it's going to ask, okay, does it have ID? I mean, does the job description exist? So if yes, it's going to come here. We don't need to create another job ID. It's just going to come here, exist, and then it's just going to format the Telegram message and then send to the HR that, oh, guy, we have the job description in the table already. But if We don't have any job description. That's why it is false. And then just come here. So it's just going to fetch the past approved job IDs. And the reason for this is so that when the agent want to create new job description, is going to check for the past job description. Is going to see how you actually structure it, so that it's going to map it accordingly. But if there's no job description, it's still going to create it. Now, in our own case, we actually don't have any job description. Now you can see it's going to fetch past approved JDs. You're going to see it's empty, so which means we don't even have job description anyhow. We don't have any job description there. So now that it is empty, it's just going to create the new job IDs. So it's going to create the job ID from the scratch actually. Now, what we now need to do after checking for the job description, then it's going to build the LLM prompt. And this is the prompt actually for the LLM. So because it needs a clear prompt to write the job description for the brand. So this is it. You're a professional HR specialist and copywriter. Write a compelling professional job description based on the information provided. Now, that's the information that the HR actually provided, and you can see them here all over here. The employment type is full-time, minimum experience 4 years. Now, we've already put in all those details inside this prompt. So we already have it. So it has just created this. Majorly, this is just what it created, this prompt. That's what this node actually did. And then from there, it's going to build the Gemini body. So because I'm using Gemini, so just this is it. It's going to ensure that it is a JSON file. It's going to put in the role, the user part. Sorry, it's going to put in the role, the part, and all of that, including the model as well. So this is actually it, the Gemini body, and then it's going to send it to Gemini itself. So I'm using Gemini as the LLM, so it's the one serving as our agent. Someone serving as our agent. So this is it. So, and after Gemini picked it, so Gemini is going to actually help us create it's going to help us write the job description. And you can see this is the job description here. This is it. This is the text. Now you may not see clearly here. You can just go to the next node here. So this is the next node. It's just to pass the JD response, like to get the entire response itself. So this is it. So it's just going to structure it so that you see the response itself. So this is the full JD. You can see it, and this is the summary. This is the responsibilities. This is the must-have skills. You can see it's very different from what we submitted. So it's going to ensure that it created it professionally, and then after that, it's going to save the job description to the super base, and you can see it's going to go to the table. This is the job description table. Now if you check our table now, you will see that we have job description. This is it. This is job description table. Now it's going to create the ID. Now the job ID that is actually that is attached to the job description itself. You can come here, you see that this is the job ID here. So it's actually serving as the secondary key here instead of primary key. Secondary key here, this is the primary key. Now this is the summary. This is a responsibility, must have, nice to have, experience. So this is actually the entire job description here. I just hope I'm not spending too much time explaining. Now, it has already saved the job description to save Superbase. Now, after saving these, now the next thing is going to format the Telegram message. So which is going to actually structure the kind of the message to send to the HR, and it's going to send it via Telegram. So you can send it via WhatsApp, you can send it via email, you can send it via Slack, whatever communication means you are using. So you can actually connect it to here. Now it's going to send it to the HR via Telegram. So after sending it, so this is the job description. This is what it's going to send to the HR. You can see this is agent 1 JD writer, the job description generated, this role, blah blah blah, the salary, and then this is the entire job or job description actually. So this is it, and then you can see, and it's not done. After sending it, it's going to request from the HR to actually either approve or request for edit. So after checking it, if the HR want to edit anything, just going to come here and then request edit. But if everything is fine, what you're just going to do is going to click on approve and publish. And after clicking on the approve and publish, there's another node here. This node, I'm sorry, yes, this workflow is actually going to be the one to undo whenever the HR click on the approve. So let's just go to the execution itself. So this is the execution whenever the HR actually click on approve. So this node is actually going to pick it up and then it's going to pass it to this. It's going to pass approval to it. Okay, yes, the action is actually approved and approved by the HR, and then it's going to come here. So after being approved, what you actually want to do is to generate the link used to apply for the job. So it's going to look into the ID. So it's going to check now. It's just going to fetch it anyway. And then after fetching it, we're going to check, okay, this is a job ID, and then this is the job description ID as well. So we need it actually to send to the people. So this is going to check for the job ID. Now this is the pass approval. It's going to check, look for the job ID. It's going to look for the job description ID as well. It's going to give us all the IDs. Don't worry, you have access to the workflow. And then it's going to check if it is approved or if it is actually edit. So if it is approved, it's going to come here. If it's to edit, it's going to request the edit. That, okay, what do you want to edit? What do you want to do actually? So it's going to request that from the HR, but in our case, it's actually approved because it's true. So it's going to update the job to be active. That yes, we want to. It's now active. People can now start applying for the job. So it's going to mark the JD as approved. That okay, because the so it's doing two things. Is updating the job ID that yes, it is active, and it's also marking the job description that yes, the HR has already approved it, else we won't be able to make use of it. So now that it has already been approved, then it's going to send confirmation to the HR, and now this is the message sent to the HR. You can see job published successfully, and now this is it. The role is now live. Share this link with candidates. Now, so this is the link that the candidate is going to make use of to actually apply for the job. And yes, you may be asking that, okay, how did they create the link? Now, it's not the one that created the link. So there's also another there is another tally form actually for the candidate to fill. So it's going to request for this: the first name, last name, email address, phone number, location, years of experience, and then they're going to upload their CV link. But the thing is, you can see that the link is very distinct. Now you can see we have the job ID. So the reason for this job ID is so that the when people start applying for this job, it's going to know what they are applying for. So that's why it's not just this link alone. It is with this what's it called, the job ID as well. Now, so when I paste it here, it's just going to give us the exact thing. But whenever they submit with this job ID, it knows what to do with the job ID, and that's how smart it is. That's why it is smart. We are the one making him smart actually. So that is that. So this is the candidate form HR. So this is a form that the candidates are going to fill, and then they're going to put in their upload CV. So majorly, this is the work of the agent one. The major thing is going to write the ID. I'm sorry, he's going to write the job description. He's going to push the job into the to the database as well. He's going to make it active. He's going to ensure that the job description is also approved, and then it's going to generate the link for the people to apply. And then after applying for that, so the job is done. The agent one work is actually done. That's just the only thing that is doing. The agent one is done with his work. Now the next now is the agent two, and what it does is actually to screen the CV and then also rank it. So whenever the candidate apply for the job, it's going to is the one that's going to pick it up. So just like the same thing that we did, we have a tally form for the candidate. So for this is the tally, this is the form, this is it, can name and all that. So and for tally to communicate with the n8n, we need to get the webhook URL. This is it. Click on the production, you copy it, and then you can see this is the integration. You click on it, and then it will show you where to put in the okay, this is the integration. Now you can see the webhook is here. So yeah, you can see the webhook is here. So just click on the edit, and then that's where you put in the webhook. And then whenever candidate submit a form, so it's going to pick it up, and then the same thing is going to get all the data. You can see the body, you can see, so this at the data, see the field, this is a first name, and then Adebayo and all that, and then there's need for this code node actually to extract the candidate data. So you can see, so that's just what this node is doing. And then this is checking existing application. If we don't make use of this job ID, there's no how we'll be able to check for the existing job application. So it's going to check for the existing job application, and so it's going to use that to look for the job ID, and then it's going to look for the email of the person applying as well. So the essence is just to check if the person has applied for the job already. So it's going to look into the database and then check if that person has applied. If the person has not applied, you will see. So which means there's no field, no candidate to fetch from the database. And then it's also going to check if already applied, true, if not applied, false. So now the person has not applied actually. So it's going to, first of all, it's going to save the candidate. This is it. To save the candidate, and then the next node is going to normalize the candidate ID. So it's just to, after saving the candidate inside the database, so we're going to be able to fetch the database candidate ID from the super base. So this is the candidate ID, and then you can see 4C, and then this is it. So we just, that one is just to get the candidate ID, normalize, and then you can see. So the next thing now is, after the agent has already gotten the information about the candidate, so the next is, okay, is going to get the job description, so that the agent is going to know what the candidate is applying for. So it's going to get the job description from the database. Now this is it, everything that we actually did in agent one. So this is it, and then after that, it's going to also download the CV. This is the CV. It's going to get the CV link. So this is it. It's going to download it, and then it's going to check if it is .pdf. So if it's PDF, it will go to this, and if it is not PDF, it will come here and then just extract the text directly. So what we actually sent is actually .text. So because it's not PDF, it didn't go here. Then this is it. It's going to come here, and then you can see it has already extracted the text. This is the text from the CV, and then it's going to come here. It's going to actually get the prompt to score the person, and this is it. You're an expert HR. You objectively score this candidate CV against the job requirement. So it's not just about the CV alone. It's going to loop it using the CV and then the job requirement as well. Now, that's exactly what this is going to do. And then it's going to build the Gemini body just the same as the Agent 1 did. So it's going to, now, sorry, I should have actually renamed this. It's no more Gemini. So I'm actually using Olama, and I'm using Kui as my model. So I'm actually using the self-hosting one. I'll rename this. So I'm going to rename this. Is not, yeah. So I'm going to rename this. This is supposed to be build Olama body. So this is it. And then after building the body prompt, then Olama is going to get it. We're using HTTP request to fetch it. So you can see, and then we pass the body to the Olama. Now you can see the model is spelled out. The prompt is this, and then this is the response. You can see you already score the CV 85. Now, even so, merely seeing the CV, you know that actually the CV is actually accurate if you should check what's it called? If you check the demo, you will see that this score is very accurate. So it is between 85 and 95, and then you can see the recommendation is yes. Now this is the strength. So and then so it's just going to this is just going to actually extract the data itself, so that it becomes draggable, it becomes usable. Just like this, we can use it. So it's just together, everything is together. If you drag now, you see that you'll be able to drag everything at once. So there's a need for us to edit the data. Now we have it. Now it becomes usable like this. It becomes usable now. So the schema is actually correct now. And then after this, what we do is we first of all save the score into the table. Now this is the score. It's going to not just the score alone. It's going to save the score, the job ID, the field, the name, the score, the recommendation is yes. It's just going to put in all of that inside the database, and then it's going to update the candidates screen as well. So there's a table named candidate. So that table actually has all the candidates in it. So it's just going to update it. And then from there, it's going to come here. So it's going to now be based on the LLM recommendation. It's going to check that, okay, is the recommendation no? And you can see we have the recommendation. The recommendation is actually yes. This is it. This is it. The recommendation is there. So it's going to check, is the recommendation no? If the recommendation is no, it will come here. And what it's going to do is just going to update the candidate as rejected. I'm not going to recommend that person to you. But if the recommendation is yes, it's going to come here, and it's going to fetch the viable candidate. It's going to build shortlist report, and then it's going to send it to HR. Now, this rejected candidate, the HR is also going to check to know, okay, if you just have a second thought that you want to hire that person, then you can check again. But based on the recommendation, this is it, because the HR still have the final say. Now it's going to send this short list to the HR if it is approved. And if it's approved, this is the message that you see. It's going to send to the HR. You can see this is the agent to see the screener. It's going to send out, okay, this is strong match, this is possible match. Now it's saying that, okay, this person is actually a strong match, and then the rate is 85 over 100, and then the proficiency is this. So it's going to ask if you want to approve the shortlist and then schedule interview. So once the HR actually click on approve that, okay, I think I'm fine, I want to approve this person. And the thing is that you can actually approve anytime you want. So if you're not ready for the interview, you can just leave it. Or if you want to approve and then set a specific date for the interview, we can also create a database for that as well. So it's just going to, after clicking approve, it's just going to ensure that it books or schedule the interview using that date itself. So once you click on approve shortlist, so then what's going to happen is, so it's going to trigger this workflow, this webhook, and then it's going to just come here, pass shortlist approver. Now this is it. So mainly just to extract all this information, and then it's going to get the job ID, and then to the next. So this is the job ID actually, and then the job title is going to have to extract it. So mainly just to extract it and then make it usable, and then it's going to fetch the candidate to shortlist, because already approved that, okay, you should go ahead to actually schedule interview. So it's already said you should schedule interview. So it's just going to get the candidate to shortlist actually. And then so this is the information of the candidate. This is the specific candidate ID. And then this is just to build the shortlist record. And then it's going to insert the shortlist record as well. And then after that, it's going to trigger agent 3, and then it's going to send the confirm shortlist to HR. So majorly this workflow is just to ensure that it actually gets the shortlisted candidate and then send it to the HR for confirmation, and then it's going to trigger the agent 3 as well. So now this is the confirmation uh, message sent to the HR. Now you can see. So after approval, it's going to send, okay, shortlist approved. And then this is the details of that person. And then Agent 3 is now arranging interview slots. You will receive the interview schedule shortly. So this is the work of the Agent 2. All right, so this is the Agent 3, and then the job of the Agent 3 is very straightforward. What it's doing is to schedule the interview. So that's just what it's doing. Immediately the Agent 2 trigger Agent 3. So this is immediately call it. The Agent 3 will just go to work, and then this is it. It's going to pass in the input. It's going to fetch the shortlisted candidate, and then it's going to fetch the job details as well. It's going to prepare the interviews. It's going to insert the interviews into the interview table as well. It's going to update the candidate status, from pending or so, but I can't remember the status now, to interview. So it's going to change the status to interview, and then it's going to build the schedule report. So this is a report here, 3 blah 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 blah. So it's just to send it to the HR again, and then it's going to instantly trigger agent 4. Now let's see what the agent 3 actually sent to the HR. This is it. Now I just interview. So now see, one interview schedule. Role is senior backend engineer, and this is the name. So mainly just the details of that person, and then agent 4 will send interview invite to candidates shortly. So after agent 3 is done, it's going to instantly call the agent 4. And the thing is actually, the agent 4 is the one that communicates with the candidate. So it's the one that sends the interview details to the candidate's email automatically. And this is it. It's going to get the details. It's going to fetch the job details. It's going to fetch the interviews. It's going to prepare the Gmail content, which is the message that is going to send to the client, actually, sorry, to the candidate. So this is the interview details. This is interview details. See, this is the ID now. The duration is 45, and then the format is virtual. So everything is actually in the database. Is in the database. So this is the meeting link is going to be virtual, and then the link will be shared later and all of that. So then it's going to prepare the email content. Now this is the content. This is, so it's going to be a standard HTML, like newspaper format anyway. So because it's going to be a professional email, and then this is it. It's going to be sent to the candidate. This is it. Send invite to interview invite to the candidate. So let me show you how the invite looks like. All right. So this is the email. Now you can see this is it. Next report, technologies, talent acquisition team. Congratulations, Adebayo Kafo. Now, blah blah. This is the interview details. And then see just everything as stated. And you can see. So if you click on confirm attendance, it just becomes very easy. So this is it anyway. So all right. So now you can see signed by HR team. Next report technologies. So that's that. So that's the email sent, and then it's going to collect after emails as well. So it's going to, so that it knows that, okay, count, we already sent the mail, and then it's going to mark that interview has been sent. So it's going to mark the interview has actually been sent. You can see reminder sent is true. Status is confirmed. Reminder sent is true. That's for the interview, and then so this is actually to build the notification. So that the rest is, so after this has been sent, now the interview has been confirmed, and then it has been updated on the table that, okay, this person has been sent an interview and all that. Then it's going to build the message, the report for the HR. Then it's going to send the report to the HR. So let's see the report that was sent to the HR. So this is it. Say interview invite sent, role, blah blah blah. The email sent, this is to this person. Interview sent updated to confirmed. And then this is the submit interview feedback after each interview. Now, what this does is after the agent 4 is done, the next is for the HR to go for the interview anyway. So the thing is that we can build with the AI note taker that's going to attend the interview as well. So what the notes AI taker is just going to do is it's going to actually cover the entire interview, the transcript and all of that, and then we can actually build it in to actually get the raw feedback instead of waiting for the HR feedback. But the way we build it is that we allow the HR to just go for the interview and then give us the feedback. So when the HR is done, just going to click on this link. It's going to click on this link, and then this is the link, the HR interview feedback. She's just going to put the candidate's email, the email of that candidate. Now the job ID is already captured here, so there's no problem. So just give us the candidate email, the rating. Is it out of 10? Is it 5? Is it 2? Is it 3? Now it's also don't put it there based on what we put there. We actually use 9 because the guy is very good. Now the recommendation is this: do you want to hire, do you want to hold, or do you want to reject the person? You put it here. The HR is going to put the strength, the concerns, the additional notes. All these ones are optional, they are not necessary. The major thing we need is the candidate email, the ratings, and then the recommendation. That's what the agent actually needs. So immediately the submit, then the agent 5 is going to pick up. All right, so this is agent 5 and we are almost done. I mean, almost done anyway. So the agent 5 is very straightforward. So it's going to be getting the review feedback from the HR, and then it's going to be using that to update the candidate table, the job, and all of that, and then it's going to send the review as well. This is the agent that's going to know if it's actually to hire the candidate or is just to ignore that candidate based on the review that the HR actually sent. So now, like the way we've been working on it, the HR fill the form, and then we need to communicate with the tally. So the same thing. So we're going to paste the webhook URL to tally, and then whenever the form comes in, it's going to automatically get it. And then so then like the normal practice, we need to clean the data coming in. So this is it. So now you can check it. You see that we have all the data coming in clean, and then this is actually going to fetch the candidate email. So because we need to know which candidate is the review for, so it's going to use the email to fetch that candidate. Now you can see this is the candidate, this is the email, then this is the email that the HR actually provided, and then it's going to validate the candidate, then it's going to fetch the interview table to know if the candidate actually attended the interview and if the status is confirmed. Now we have it here, and then it's also going to process the feedback. This is this, and then it's going to update the interview table. Instead of confirm, it's going to update it to completed, that okay, this person has actually completed the interview process and all of that. And then the next thing is also going to update the candidate status. So it's going to update it to offer, and then it's also going to build the feedback report for the HR, and this is it. And then so what else? Update the interview, build the feedback report, and then it's going to send a report to the HR. And if the review from the HR is to hire that person, it's going to instantly trigger agent 6. But if not, it's not going to do anything, but still going to send a report to the HR. So now because it is true, then it's going to trigger the agent 6. So let's check the agent 6 how it works. Now this is agent 6, and what agent 6 actually does is actually to generate the offer letter. So when the agent 5 triggered, the agent 6 is going to pick it up, and then it's going to also clean the data, and the data coming from that is the candidate ID and then the job ID. And then this is it. It's also going to use that information to actually fetch the candidate. It's going to use that information to fetch the job details, and it's going to use that to also check for existing offer, because to generate the offer letter it needs all the informations. That's why it's going to make that call from the table, from database, and then if it's got also so Now, it's also going to check if the offer exists. Maybe the offer has been given to someone else, or if the person has actually been given that offer, is going to check. So if offer exists, it's going to notify the HR that, okay, I think there's a duplicate somewhere, we need to check whatever the problem is. But if the offer does not exist, it's just going to build the offer prompt. It's going to send the prompt to the Olama, and here is Olama I'm using, and the model is Coin Point 2.53b. That's the one that's going to generate the offer letter. This is it. And then it's going to pass the offer letter response, and it's going to structure it in a way that we'll be able to make use of it so that we can put it inside the database. And then so it's going to save the offer letter inside the database, and then build the HR report, and then send the report to the HR. Now let's check the report. Now this is the report. You can see this is agent 6 offer letter generator, and you can see this is a candidate, the role, the status, because it's not the one that's going to send the offer to the candidate. The HR will be the one. So what it's just doing is giving the HR the offer letter, and then the HR just check it out and then review whatever need to add, whatever is necessary, and that's that. Now we are done with this project. It's a big one, it's a huge one, and if you're able to build this for yourself or as a service for someone or for business, this is a big one. And whosoever you build this for, they are definitely going to love it, because it's going to save them hours every day, every single day, or anytime they want to hire someone. And if you as a and if you want this for your business, we're actually here to help you out. This is what we do. You can just go to the description. You're going to see our contact details. You can reach out to us, and we'll be glad to work with you. Thank you very much, and I would love to see you in the next video. Bye.